Hello students, welcome to my 10 minutes math channel. This is teacher Brenda, and today we would look into the topic of time, in which we will explore how to divide units of time. Okay, as usual, this has to be up in your memory. Okay, and we will straight away go and look into a question. Okay, over here we have a question. 15 hours. Okay, 15 hours. 15 days, 9 hours, divide by 3. So our conversion is 1 day. We know that 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. And we are supposed to divide 15 days, 9 hours into 3. Now, to understand division, you can use fraction as an example. So over here, you can see I have put 3 columns or 3 parts. I've divided the rectangle here into 3 parts. Now, if I were to ask you 15 days, okay, and I would ask you 15 days and I wanted to divide it into 3, you can easily say every part is 5 days. You see that? So visually, you can actually draw it out. Every part is 5 days. 15 days divided by 5, I'm going to get 5, 5, 5. And if I have 9 hours, and this is the hours, if I had to divide it into 3, again, this would be 3 hours, 3 hours, and 3 hours. So I can understand, or I can get my answer, 15 days, 9 hours. When I divide into 3, I'm going to get 5 days and 3 hours. And if I had to change that into hours, all I'll need to do is take my 5 days times 24, because 1 day had 24 hours. So 5 days means 5 times 24. Work out the calculation. This would be 20 and this would be 10, 11, 12. This would be 120 hours plus with your 3 hours. And your answer would be 123 hours. This is one method of answering a division of time, okay, where you would draw it out. And sometimes the numbers need to be kind of beautiful, okay? So the other method would be, as usual, to put it into 2 different columns, and this would be days and this would be hours, and you do the standard written method for division. So you'll take 15 days, divide by 3. So you can just say 15 divide by 3, and I'm going to get 5. So over in the days, I will have 5 days as my answer, okay, and then do the same thing for the units column, okay, or for the hours. So I could also then take 9 divide by 3 and I would have 3. Now sometimes it will be also easier if you wrote this in one single equation like this. So instead of writing in 2 different parts, if you wrote it like this, so this is 15 days, okay, and 9 hours, divide by 3. So 15 divided by 3, here you'll have 5 days, no remainder, okay. If you work out the division, you would have no remainders. And 9 divided by 3, you would have 3 hours. Again, 3 times 9, 9, you have no remainders here. So 0 remainders. And then, since your question is asking you to answer in hours, you have to convert these 5 days to become hours. All right. So 5 times 24, again, it's the same math that you do over here. You would get 120 hours for the 5 days. Add it with your 3 hours, and you would have 123 hours. Okay. This is how you could solve division of time. But this is a very easy question. Let's look at a little bit of a more challenging one. Okay. Now, what if over here we have a question, 20 weeks, 4 days, divide by 6. So let's try to do this now. Okay. So I'm going to use this standard written method. So I'm going to have this as my weeks and this is my days. And remember, the conversion is 7. So I'm going to write here 20 weeks, okay, and 4 days, all right, divide by 6. So let's do a standard written method for division. So 20 divided by 6, how many 6 is there in 20? Your answer would be 3. And you would do a multiplication. 6 times 3 is 18. So you subtract and you will get a remaining of 2 weeks. Now what you should do after this is convert your 2 weeks, take it into the days. You can't do anything with this remainder. You can't take 2 weeks and divide into 6. You'll have to exchange it or regroup it as number of days. So if 1 week had 7 days, 2 weeks would give you 14 days. So you add that 14 days to your 4 over here. And now if you add that, you would have 18 days. And that 18 days is what you need to do or take and divide by 6. Remember, you're not done with the question yet. Okay, so you have this remainder of 2 weeks. You take it over, you bring it over, you exchange it to the number of days. So if 1 week is 7 days, 2 weeks is 14 days, you add it with your 4 days that you have here, and now you'll have 18 days. So 18 now divide by 6, and that's kind of a beautiful number, which is 3. So, and you would have no more remaining days. If you had 18 days and you had to divide it into divide into 6, you would have 3 days. All right. So your answer is 3 weeks and 3 days. All right. So now with that done, let's look at another division question. Over here we have 37 centuries, 17 years. Divide by 7. So conversion is 1 century is equivalent to 100 years. Remember that. So I would write 37, and just to help me to remind or remember, I would still put down the unit century, and over here 17, and I'll put the unit down years. Okay, and I'm going to divide this with 7. So how many 7s can go into 37? That would be 5. Okay, so 5 times 7, 35. So that would give you a remaining of 2 centuries. Remember, our unit, okay, is 2 centuries. Change it or exchange it now to the number of years. So if 1 century is 100 years, 2 century would be 200 years. Add that to your number of years that you already have, which is 17, and now you'll have 217 years to begin with, or to start dividing. Remember, you have to now take 217 and divide by 7. So start. 2 divided by 7 you can't do. 21 divided by 7 would be 3. 3 times 7 would be 21. 21 minus 21 would be 0. Bring down your 7. This is just like a standard written method for division. 7 divided by 7, 1. 1 times 7, 7. And over here, no more remainder of a number of years. No more years. Okay, it's a 0 remainder. So over here, your answer is now 5 centuries and 31 years. So you can write it down now, 5 centuries and 31 years. Now let's say the question asked you to answer in just number of years. So then you have to change your 5 centuries, okay? So 1 century is 100 years, 5 century would be 500 years. So that would give you, plus with your 31, 531 years. This is if the question required you to answer in years. If not, you can just leave it as centuries and years. All right. All right, that's good. And let's see one more question. Okay, one final question. What if we had 30 years and we had to divide it with 24? Okay, so let's do that. 30 years divided by 24. So this would be years. Over here, the column for years, and over here, you know, the column for months. So you'd write down your 30 and you write down your years, you would take that and divide by 24. Okay, so if you know your times table 24, that would make only one time that it enters 30. So 1 times 24, 24. 30 minus 24, here we'll have 6 years. Okay, 6 years now has to be exchanged to number of months. So if 1 year is 12 months, 2 years is 24 months, 3 years is 36 months, okay, 4 years is 48 months, 5 years is 60 months, that's times table 12 that I'm working on, and 6 years, okay, 6 years would work out to be 72, sorry, I'm extending the division line, okay, 72 months, okay, your 6 years would convert to become 72 months. And now you take your 72 and divide by 24. And what would you get? So guys, if you really don't know, you have to build up your table times table 24. And you can do it simply here. 24 plus 24, it's 48. Okay, 48 plus 24 will give you 2 and 1 here. That would give you 72. So 3 times 24 is 72. So which means I would have 3 months. 3 times 24, it's 72. And no more remaining, no more remainder. So your answer would be 1 year and 3 months. Can you see that? 1 year and 3 months. So 1 year known as 3 months. Now, what if the question asked you to answer in number of months? So you take your 1 year, convert it to 12 months. So you'd have 15 months as your answer, if the question required you to answer in just number of months. So with that, guys, I'm ending my session on division. I hope you have understood. And if you have liked the video, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button and the bell button. Okay, so with that, I'll see you for the next session. Till then, stay safe, stay blessed. Signing off, Teacher Brenda. Take care. Bye-bye.